Alright, this evening we are going to make ceviche, a nice light summertime meal. To do that, we're going to start with a white fish and start chunking it up into pieces about this big. Then we're going to transfer that to a bowl, and the bowl should not be metal. Now, ceviche is a preparation method, but typically you'll see it with fish. I have seen it with other meats such as heart and a variety of different things, but fish is definitely most common. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to use the chemicals from citrus fruit. In this case, it's going to be lime, and we are going to use the lime to more or less cook our fish. Now, when picking fish, it's important to know that we're not actually cooking the fish. So to be aware of things like parasites, we want to typically choose a saltwater fish. Saltwater fish are much less likely to have parasites. Freshwater fish are much more likely to have parasites. I'm not advising this, but if you freeze freshwater fish, that will also kill the parasites. So a way to get around that, if you want to use freshwater fish, again, at your discretion, would be to freeze the freshwater fish definitely first if you were going to give that a try. Again, I'm not super comfortable with that, so I'm using some saltwater fish, and I'm just going to continue to chunk this up and transfer it to the bowl. Now that we have our fish ready, we are going to pull out a couple limes. I've got quite a bit of fish here, so I've got 3 at the moment, and then we're going to assess if we need more once we get these 3 in. I'm just gonna roll them to loosen up the juices a little bit. Gonna cut it in half, and then just take a spoon, dig in there, and squeeze as much of this juice out as we can. I think 3 is going to be about right. So after we get the juice in there, we're going to give it just a little bit of a mix up, get everything coated. Then we are going to take some plastic wrap, cover our bowl, and then we are going to refrigerate this from half an hour to, for me, I think the sweet spot is half an hour to an hour. You can go up to 3 hours, but I would caution against that a little bit. The longer you leave the fish sit, the more it's going to soak up the juices and take on that flavor. And at some point, it doesn't taste bad, but it just tastes like you're eating a lime. So there is a point of diminishing flavor return. I don't like to surpass that. I think about an hour is the most I'm going to leave it in. But we're just going to pop that in the fridge and let it sit. Now that we've had our fish resting for about 45 minutes, we just dumped out the extra lime, and you can see it looks like cooked fish. The texture on it's going to change a little bit, the color's going to change, it's going to be more opaque, and it's going to resemble cooked fish in the taste. Now, traditional ceviche, in addition to the fish, has 3 main ingredients. We're going to chop up a little bit of cilantro, sprinkle that in. Typically, you will find red onion. I here am using scallions, doing that for 2 reasons. Scallions are a little bit more mild, little bit, the taste isn't quite as strong on them, which I like. And then also, they tend to be smaller, and that just means that I'm not going to waste 3/4 of a... Had some technical difficulties, I don't know what's going on there. But again, I'm going to use scallions instead of red onions, so I do not waste that much making this dish. Throw a couple of those in there. Going to mix it up a little bit. Again, we want to be using non-metal utensils. Metal utensils are just going to react with the acidity of the citrus fruit, and we don't want that, so we're going to use a wooden spoon here. The last thing you're typically going to find in ceviche is an avocado. Just going to cut this open, pull the pit. Make some cuts lengthwise, some cuts across the face, and then we're just going to scoop it out with a spoon. That gives us nice little cubes. And to doctor it up a little bit and get some more of that summer flavor, I am here just going to add some mangoes. So I've just got some mango slices. I'm going to cube these up just like I did everything else, and add this to our mix. Ceviche can be eaten alone. What I mean by that is just with a spoon by itself. I prefer to eat it with either tortillas in like a taco fashion or tortilla chips, but really however you prefer to eat it is going to work just fine. Again, we're just going to mix this up. Might add a little bit more avocado in there, but it's really pretty simple. And again, just a nice, light, easy meal for summer. And there you have it.